Namaskar. Sometimes the best of human relationships can go awry. We may disagree with our friend, our partner, our colleague, our boss. And it's very important to solve these conflicts because they will disturb our mental and spiritual well-being. So what are some of the yogic methods that we can employ to resolve conflicts between two parties? My master gave a very good suggestion, and he said, before the negotiations begin, the mediator should insist that the two parties speak two good things about the opponent. And in this way, because the opponent is recognizing each other, the good qualities, they will be more open to discussing the hard parts. And in recent times, a popular method of conflict resolution is called nonviolent communication. And basically this means using respectful language when speaking to the opponent or to the mediator. And in this way, it helps prevent the entering of anger in the conversation, which can spoil the entire process. So this is similar to our yogic concept. The first of the yamas and yamas is called ahimsa, and that means not to harm others by our thought, word, and action. And so another yogic method we can employ before we start the practice of the negotiation is slow, deep breathing. Breathing in energy, breathing out, relaxation. And in this way, everybody's calm, cool, collected, and the negotiations can begin in this very calm manner. And so we should remember the role of the mediator is very important. That person should be calm, objective, and have a good discerning judgment. He or she has to listen very carefully, very patiently to both sides without interrupting. Try to understand what might have contributed to this problem in the first place. And in a very polite and non-accusing manner, point out to the offender, maybe this is what has caused the problem. And of course, the difficult part of the entire process is whether the combatants have that humility and objectivity enough to see where they may have contributed to the problem. And, that's where it gets difficult. So it might take more than one session, 2 sessions, 3 sessions, because if the problem has never been resolved, or it was addressed but not satisfactorily resolved, all parties should be ready to come back again and again until it is solved. And, human beings can change. Sometimes these conflicts with others, they teach us about ourselves. What is it in my behavior, my action, I don't see, but obviously it's causing problem with others. And again, the mediator should, in a very nice and polite way, try to point this out to the offender. And this is where, if the mediator himself, herself are practicing meditation, they bring that calmness, that objectivity and clarity into the entire discussion and conversation. It's important. So in our yogic methods, we have 2 particular practices. They are called the 15 Shiilas, codes of conduct. They're complementary values to the yama niyama, which we've talked about a lot in our channel. And 2 of them are very particular here with conflict resolution. The first one says, even while dealing with a person of inimical nature, one should keep oneself free from hatred, anger, and vanity. And the second one says, even if anyone unknowingly or unconsciously has harmed someone else, he or she should admit it immediately and ask for punishment. And this second one is very powerful because the offender is asking the person that has been offended not only for forgiveness but for punishment. And usually this causes the conflict to resolve itself right then and there. Nothing happens after that. So these are some of the yogic methods that we employ to resolve conflicts. And it's good to learn from these situations and take them as lessons for the next time. And meantime, continuing our practice of meditation, exploring and experiencing the inner peace within ourselves. Thank you. Namaskar.